anybody else love symptoms? Hi! Welcome to the first episode of my mini-series that I'm doing, Kotes Talks N Paints. If you're here, I love you. You're amazing. So in this first episode, I am going to talk 2020 because I feel like that would be a great opening to this thing that I'm doing, and I feel like 2020 has brought a lot of emotions and different realizations out of a lot of people, especially me, and I feel like that would be a great topic to start off, and I can stem off of that in the next coming episodes. So yeah, I'm going to talk about how 2020 has so far impacted me and the different things that it made me realize, and how I'm trying to stay positive and how I'm trying to cope with 2020 in a whole. It's not over yet, but it feels like it needs to be over. Yeah. So, welcome if you're here. We're going to talk and paint. I have my little mini easel here that I absolutely adore. It's so cute. It has a little flippy thingy, it locks, I can carry it, it has like a little handle and drawers. I think I got it off of Amazon. Yeah, Amazon or Blick. I'm thinking Amazon now, and I think it was like 20 bucks at the most. For anybody that wants a tiny carry easel. Yeah, I got my paintbrushes. Ruler, don't know if I will need a ruler, but I have it just in case because sometimes you want a straight edge, you know? You want it to work. Have a little painting canvas. I feel so French and fancy when I hold this. I feel like I'm like, paint me like one of your French women. I feel like I sound so hyper right now, but it could be that I'm super excited to do this, and also my coffee today is super strong. I also want to start off by saying that me talking about 2020 and how it has impacted me, I am not taking away from anybody else and how it affected them or situation or what's going in the world right now in a whole. I'm strictly talking about how it has impacted my life and how I try to stay positive during everything that's going on and what life is throwing at me. So just have to put that out there. I'm not taking away from anybody else in the world because I know so many people go through things. I'm just going to talk about it here since it's my channel, and maybe some people can relate, and maybe I can help people with how I'm trying to cope with it and how I try to stay positive and bubbly all the time. Coffee really helps. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna paint, we're gonna talk 2020. I'm gonna go in the timeline of what the hell has been happening and how I got over it. Yeah. Okay. Start by opening up my board. I'm so excited. What am I gonna paint? I literally love painting so much, but I never get to do it. I don't want to say that I never have time because I do have days off. I just decide to stay on TikTok and social media, which is very, very bad. And I will talk about that in one of the episodes that I do. We are going to put this right here. I'm going to get a trash can from your room. I will talk about how social media and everything and how it takes over your freaking life. That's another episode. But yeah, I do love painting. I just never make time for it. So I really want to get good at it. So hopefully me doing this is going to help me out a bunch. But yeah, I'm so bad at washing off my paintbrushes before I use them. Well, after I use them, and then the paint literally gets crunchy on it. Can you tell that I'm not a painter? I don't even know if it's gonna come off right away because it's oil based, but we're just gonna use them until the tires run off. And if they fall apart, it will just make good art, you know? Good art is dangerous. I don't think that's the same, but to me it is. So yeah, let's talk 2020. What the hell is going on? I think we all can agree that 2020 literally has been a what the bleep for everyone. And if it hasn't, good for you. I'm really happy for you. But yeah, 2020 starting out was like, I swear to you, when 2020 came around, I was on my social media. I'm sure the people that follow me on Instagram will tell you that I was heavy on the 2020 is my year. I was so freaking annoying, and I feel like people are probably laughing at me now that noticed that I said that a lot in the beginning of the year, because I was like, there's no way that I can't like be fucking amazing this year, you know. Maybe painting and doing this is gonna be a distraction. Yeah, 2020, I talked about how it was gonna be so freaking amazing. I'm gonna accomplish so much. I'm gonna travel so much more than I did in the years before. All of a sudden, all these crazy things are happening. It's like, I think they talked about like another war happening. Maybe I'm just imagining that. I feel like they definitely talked about that. But there's just so much stuff happening. Kobe dies. R.I.P. That like hurt me and like everybody on the planet. But that happened, and then all of a sudden coronavirus starts fucking going wild and like spiraling, and nobody is taking it seriously. And we're like, no, there's no way. Like, they're talking about lockdowns, but that's not happening. And then all of a sudden, everything started getting worse and worse. It was like, at work, because I bartended, I worked at a restaurant, and just the hours were just getting slim and slim because we had to go down to like a skeleton crew, so that way there weren't too many people in the restaurant at once. Plus, like, the city was shutting down, so nobody was coming on anyway, so you didn't need a lot of people working. And so that was happening. Losing money. I'm stressing out because I have to sign a lease in a few months after that. This was like, I think, like February, early March. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I don't even know, like, I have to move soon. Like, I don't know if I should stay where I'm at. Should I move back home, save money? Like, what would be the best option for me moving forward? And first of all, I gotta laugh at what the heck I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm trying to do. So yeah, fuck. March is here. My hours at work were just like dwindling down. I'm like in panic mode because I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Then I had a feeling that I was gonna get let go, or because my job was gonna shut down. There was no way a restaurant was gonna stay open because we were about to go into quarantine, like hardcore quarantine where nobody can go outside. They were putting on the, I think this was March when this happened. It was literally everything is like confusing me. So we got put in lockdown. I lost my job, and which I knew was going to happen. And I was trying to stay so positive. I was like, well, I've been trying to get out of the restaurant industry for forever. Maybe this is like a wake-up call for me to chill, relax, like take some me time to like not focus on work. And literally, because I would work all the time and run myself to the ground just because the money was so quick in the restaurant industry, and you like, if you're in it for so long, it's like, it's your life. It sounds so sad, but like, it was my life. That's what I did. My friends were there. All of my coworkers were my friends. So like, it was like a safe space for me to be besides being at home. So I was trying to be positive. I was like, I've been trying to get out of this forever. Why the hell not? Wouldn't I just like accept the fact that I don't have to work right now? I was like, it's cool. Like, I have to move out of my place in like a few months, weeks. So just chill out. So that was fine. I was cool with that. But then my roommates had to work from home. And I lived with 3 of the roommates. And the 2 worked in like businesses where they needed to be on their computer. And short story, they took over the living room, which is absolutely fine. But I couldn't be stuck in my room all the time. Like, it was just something I couldn't do. So the fact that I couldn't use the living room was just like a lot for me. So it was kind of putting me in like a dark state of mind, because it's like I was accepting the fact that I didn't have to work. I was going to stay home and work on myself, but it's like, if I can't even use my house and I'm stuck to a bathroom, a kitchen, and my bedroom, like, I don't want to do that. Like, I need to like move around my house, you know? So I made the decision to just go back home to my mom's house, my mom and my grandmom's, to like breathe. Like, I needed to breathe. If I couldn't be outside and breathing without catching corona, I needed to find somewhere where I didn't feel like I was trapped somewhere. So I made a decision to just go back home for a bit and relax. And went home, decided to take a chill pill, think about what I wanted to do, if I wanted to move, because I said my lease was my lease was running out that May. So it was a decision to stay at my place when I didn't have a job guaranteed, because life wasn't the same anymore with like work and everything. It's like I didn't have a job, I had to go on unemployment, so it's like, well, what's the best decision? I probably should think about moving back home, like, for good for a bit, so I can save up money and everything. It's because it's like, I can't live without a job and living on unemployment. I don't want to risk paying rent. So didn't think about that at the moment. I was just going home and I was like, all right, I'm going to spend time with my family, just because I never got to go home anyway, so because I was working all the time. So I'm going to spend some time with them. And thank God I did. And it makes me tear up, because I think about how everything happens for a reason. So going home, I stay home because I didn't want to argue with my roommates anymore. And I started spending a lot of time with my mom, who I don't always spend time with. And we like bumped heads a lot, and like in my adult years. So thank God I went home and spent like 2 weeks at home, because in those 2 weeks I lost my job, quarantine happened, and all of a sudden my mom passed away, unfortunately, and out of nowhere. So got hit with that. It was literally out of nowhere, but the craziest thing is that I'm so thankful for is that God brought me back home for that short period of time to spend some time with my mom that I didn't have when I was living outside of my house. So, oh, here the tears come. I told you guys about the tears. So yeah, my mom, unfortunately, she passed away. Still from that, I tried to be as positive as possible, just trying to be positive for the people around me and my family, and trying to keep everybody together instead of them literally falling apart and crashing. And as this is all happening, the world, well, United States, well, the world actually is going into quarantine too, but they handled it so much better than the States. We were so behind on it, and a lot of people wouldn't listen. So we're going into quarantine and just trying to handle everything, which is insane. So after that, I decided maybe I have to move home. Like, this is like what I have to do. I have to be here for my grandmother and my siblings and my uncle. So it was like, you're moving home. That's the smartest idea. I know it sucks. So in my mind, I didn't want to backtrack. I felt like moving back home was going to be like the worst idea ever. I felt like a loser because I've worked so hard to build my own life up. It's like, it felt like crap having to move back and to literally go 5 steps backwards. And yeah, I tried to think positive. I was like, look, you can move home, you can help your family, everybody, you can be there for everyone, and you can save money in the process. It'll be a fresh start. It's a fresh start over. Everything's going to be fine. Looking in that way, it really, really, really helped me cope with my mother passing and moving back home. It was like the bigger picture was being there for other people, and that kind of like helped me. It made me smile and made me happy because it was like trying to make other people happy really pushed me to not really care or be embarrassed that I hadn't moved home, because there's a lot of people during this quarantine, like they couldn't pay their rent, so a lot of people are moving back home, and I just had to think about how grateful I was that I had a home to go back to, because a lot of people don't have that. So that was just like, that felt really good. And I did have a couple friends that were so supportive. They were there for me through it all while I was trying to be there for other people. Yeah, I kind of, in that process of being in quarantine and mourning and everything, I kind of decided to help myself, like build myself up where I was. If I couldn't move further, if I couldn't travel, if I couldn't escape where I was in my reality, I had to make my reality better. And just I can't like sulk in everything that's going on and everything that keeps like shooting at me. So I decided to work on myself. I live by a river, so I would just take walks, usually every day, or I tried to get out every day, just to like get a fresh air and not be stuck in the house, because we were allowed to go outside and for exercise. So that was, thank God we can do that. And so that's what I did. I just tried to focus on all the good things in my life that still existed. Which really helps, because you got to think about that sometimes. It's like, bad shit happens every day, and you gotta be grateful and think about the positives in your life. So yeah, that was freaking wild. From March till May, and then May comes and I move back home. That was an experience. Right. Guys, I think I'm almost done. I think it looks pretty nice. Just gonna add a couple finishing touches. I'm gonna add some of this. Yeah, what's up? Yo! No. Good job, bro. Wait, come here. Hi, guys. This is my sister Cheyenne. She just showed up in my video and brought me a Slim Jim, a drink, and a gorilla.
They don't know.
They don't know. Anyway, long story short, last night I had a weird dream that I was holding a baby gorilla. And thanks.
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, Dakota.
Thanks. That was so nice. Alright, I'm gonna put him right here.
Oh.
Little baby gorilla. So cute. Alright, anyway, finishing touches on this painting. What should I... Okay. I don't know, guys. This is like not... I don't know. I warned you. It's not a masterpiece. But it works. It works for me. I kind of like that. I don't know what they are, but I kind of like how they look. They look like little bunnies. This is absolutely hilarious. And actually very terrifying at the same time. You wouldn't know what I should do. I should take all these paintings that I do in this series and gift them for Christmas. Because why not? And my friends and family can't say that they're ugly because it's the thought that counts, okay? They just have to accept it. Well, they don't have to, but they can't regift it, so they either have to throw it away or keep it, you know? It's not a regifting gift, because people are going to be like, what the hell, like, where'd you get that? Or, hear me out, I can be obnoxious and hang them around my house, like in a really cool design, and when people come over, they're like, oh my god, what is that? Like, who's the artist? And I can be like, you wouldn't know her. And I can just do that. But when she comes around, I'll let her know you want a painting, you know what I mean? But yeah, 2020, guys. I feel like, yeah, it's been something. But we're all gonna get through it, guys. Like, don't let it beat you up. Tell them, show them who's boss. Not gonna break us down. No way. No way at all. I should have just stuck with what I was doing. I'm just making a big old mess. It's okay. It's alright. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to be real. And this is as real as it gets. I call this 2020. Just a bunch of mess. A bunch of mess with pretty colors that are smudging together. And they're turning into a poopy brown. Like orangey, like... No! God. Anyway, you guys ready for the big reveal? I call this 2020. There's some flowers in there. There's some flowers in there. Little bunny rabbits. And a bunch of chaos. I think my mind was trying to just describe 2020. Chaos with a bit of positivity. These flowers, you know? How I try to pull out some positivity out of some positive aspects of 2020 and learning lessons of what it has taught me. So, yeah. How beautiful. If you stuck around until this point, I appreciate you. And yeah, I hope you come back next Wednesday. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. And I'll see you next week. Bye.